Okay, so in this case, we continue with our problem. So this is day 2. So on day 2, we have this problem. So we are continuing from day 1. They're saying, fortunately, the first location the historians want to search isn't a long walk from the chief historian's office, blah, blah, blah. And they're saying that while the red-nosed reindeer nuclear fission plant appears to contain no sign of the chief historian, the engineers there run up to you as soon as they see you. Apparently, they still talk. They still talk about the time Rudolph was saved through molecular synthesis from a single electron. They are quick to add that since you're already here, they would rather appreciate your help analyzing some unusual data from the red-nose reactor. Okay, the unusual data consists of many reports, one report per line. Each report is a list of numbers called levels. So these would be the reports and the columns would be the levels. Okay, and they're saying each report is a list of numbers called levels that are separated by spaces. This example data consists of 6 reports, each containing 5 levels. The engineers are trying to figure out which reports are safe. The red-nose reactor safety systems can only tolerate levels that are either gradually increasing or gradually decreasing. So a report only counts as safe if both of the following are true. Therefore, a report will be safe if it's either if all the levels are increasing or all of them are decreasing, and any two adjacent levels differ by at least 1 and at most 3. So we shouldn't expect 2 levels in the same place. Like, for example, this one is unsafe and this is decreasing. So this is safe, strictly decreasing, and all levels differ by at most 3 and at least 1. Okay, this is increasing, but from 2 to 7 we have a difference of 5, so that's greater than 3. Okay, and we are required to report how many levels are safe. So I've already done this, so I'm just going to walk you through the code. Okay, so again, if we take our input as a file, again, this we just check whether we have a file input. Then we open the file and check whether we have managed to open it. And then here we read each line. So each line is one report, and then we check the line. So we check the rules given. In this case, we are taking straight talk. So just reading one level is 1 token per token. So if we assume, for example, that this is our data, it's split right. So let's take this as a level. So we read the first number and we change, since these are strings, we need to change them to integers. And then if we need to keep track, because we want to get the difference between the numbers, the levels. So if we're at 42, we would like to know the difference between 40 and 42. So 40 is the previous number we saw last time. 42 is the current number we are looking at. However, if we don't have the previous number, then we are at the beginning, so there is nothing to compare with, right? So if prev is null, then we haven't seen anything. We just allocate a pointer to store it, and then we store our current number. And when we move on, we advance to the next token. Then if we are at the second number, so prev is not null, we would like to know the difference. So the difference between these two, because they say the difference matters. It shouldn't be greater than 3, and it shouldn't be less than 1, right? So when we take the difference, we should also know whether the numbers are all increasing. So if we use here a direction, so a direction is as an integer. Yeah, an integer of 1 tells us that the numbers are strictly increasing, and an integer of 0 tells us that the numbers are decreasing. So in this case, we can see that if we haven't reached this case, we don't know the direction. So we have, first advance at least once. So once we advance once, then we allocate the direction, we set it, then we check. If the difference is 0, then that's not a safe report. If the difference, so in this case, instead of checking, less than 0, greater than 0, we know the square of a number is always positive. So if we square, and the difference must be greater than, must be 3 at most. So a square of 3 should be 9. Therefore, we shouldn't have a square that is greater than 9, right? If the direction is previously increasing and now we have a negative difference, then that doesn't agree. Or if the direction was previously decreasing and now we have a positive difference, that also doesn't agree. And at the same, if any of this is true, we return -1, showing that the report is not safe. Otherwise, after going through the whole report, we return 0, showing that the level is safe. So the report is safe, and then we just sum up all the safe reports and then print them. Okay, so running this on the given input, if we compile this, okay, we get that these are the safe levels, right? And we can see that this is true. Okay. All right, so that's it for today's, for this level. I think we shall meet again in part 2. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you, and see you again.